My beloved child, there comes a time in every soul's journey when the fog must clear, when the eyes must open, when the slumber of the spirit must give way to the brilliance of dawn. And in that holy hour there is always a word, a sacred utterance, that pierces through the silence like the cry of a newborn child. Awake, O sleeper, and arise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you. Ephesians 5:40, yes, baby. That's the verse. That's the thunder. That's the wind rushing in to sweep the cobwebs from your dreams. Awake! Not just from your bed of comfort, not just from the sweet lullabies of this weary world, but wake up from your forgetting, from your numbing, from your surrender to hopelessness. You have not been brought to this moment by accident. The Lord has whispered your name in the stillness of midnight, has wrapped his gentle hand around your soul, and said, "Live again. My child, I want you to hear me now. Hear me with your soul and not just your ears. There comes a time, a sacred moment, when the spirit inside you will no longer settle for silence. It will no longer curl up in the cold corners of comfort. It will no longer allow you to slumber beneath the weight of your calling. That moment is now. You see, there is an urgency tied to the divine. God does not speak just to soothe. He speaks to stir. He speaks to awaken. The word of the Lord in Ephesians 5:14 is not poetry for your pillow. It is a trumpet for your triumph. When he says, "Awake, O sleeper, and arise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you," it is not a suggestion. It is a summons, a royal decree from the throne of heaven commanding you to rise up, heart, mind, body, and soul. This world has rocked many of us to sleep, not with lullabies of peace, no, but with the rhythmic hum of heartbreak, with the familiar ache of rejection, with the dull pain of waiting on a dream too long delayed. And so we lie down, not in beds of rest, but in graves of quiet resignation. We learn to breathe shallow, to speak small, to walk low, just to keep the peace with a world that never intended to give us any. But my darling, you were not meant to live like that. You were never called to stay in the shadows, hiding your brilliance behind the fear of being too much or not enough. You were created with intention, molded by a holy hand, carved from purpose. So when God says awake, he is calling you out of the fog, out of the daze, out of the numbness that life and loss have wrapped around your bones. Sometimes we think that awakening will be gentle, that the Lord will tiptoe into our lives and whisper us into a new season. But no, child, sometimes it takes a shake. Sometimes God rattles the walls of your life just to see if you're still breathing behind them. Sometimes the light comes crashing through, not softly like a sunrise, but violently like a prison break. That's how deeply he desires your freedom. He doesn't want a piece of you half alive. He wants the whole of you on fire. Now, let me talk to the places in you that have gone quiet. The gifts you buried, the dreams you packed away, the faith you thought you lost. The Lord is walking into your tomb and calling your name like he did Lazarus. And the same power that called him forth is calling you now. You must not pretend to sleep when the voice of resurrection is roaring through your bones. There is urgency in this moment because time does not wait. Souls are perishing. Families are breaking. Purpose is being drowned in distraction. And yet you, yes, you, carry something sacred, something rare. You are a living answer, a moving miracle. But none of it matters if you stay asleep. Sleep may feel safe. Dreams are sweet and silent. But life, real life, God's life is noisy. It is messy. It demands your full attention. It wakes you up at midnight with ideas. It pulls you out of your comfort zone. It calls you to forgive what still hurts and love what has let you down. That kind of life isn't easy. But oh, child, it's worth it. You must not keep hitting the snooze button on your soul. Don't wait for a better day, a better time, a better version of yourself. This is the moment. Now, because the same God who knit you together in your mother's womb is the one who is tugging at your spirit now, saying, Get up, baby. There's work to be done. There's light that needs your face. There's healing in your voice. There's deliverance in your steps. Some of us have been asleep in shame, thinking our past disqualifies us. Others have been lulled into sleep by routine, believing this is all life has to offer. But the Word of God has no expiration date, and this verse is still alive. It is pulsing with energy, with truth, with power. You see, the Bible is not just a book, it's a mirror. And when you look into it and see this verse, you are not reading it. It is reading you. It is calling you out. It is identifying your slumber. It is shaking you loose from mediocrity. And it is saying, beloved, wake up. Not because you are in trouble, but because you are in transition. You are standing between who you were and who you must become. And that bridge is only crossed by awakening. When you open your eyes and realize that nothing around you has to change before you change. That your awakening begins inside, before it ever shows on the outside. You are not waiting on a sign. This is the sign. You are not waiting on a miracle. You are the miracle. You are not waiting on light. Christ is ready to shine on you, but not while you lie beneath the blankets of fear and doubt. No, baby. He will shine on the awake, on the willing, on the ones who say, here I am, Lord, send me, use me, wake me. So rise not just in body, but in spirit. Rise in courage, rise in truth, rise in boldness, rise in praise, rise in purpose. Let the world see what a soul looks like when it has been kissed by the fire of awakening. Because when you wake up, when you truly wake up, everything changes. The room is the same, but your vision is new. The problems are the same, but your posture is different. You are no longer walking through life half asleep, half alive, half aware. You are present. You are powerful. You are lit from within by the glory of God Himself. And when the world sees that light child, oh, they'll have no choice but to take notice. So again, hear me now. Awake, O sleeper, and arise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you. Let that word shake the sleep from your spirit and call you into the fullness of your divine identity. It's your time now. It's your hour. Wake up, baby, wake up. Let me talk to you plain, child. Not with lofty words or fancy phrases, but with the rhythm of truth. The kind that settles deep in your bones and stirs your soul like a warm pot on a cold day. You've been walking through the world looking for something. Something to guide you. Something to hold you. Something to tell you, yes, you matter. But let me tell you now, what you've been seeking all this time is not hiding in a distant star or buried beneath the weight of another man's opinion. No, baby, it's already here. It's already shining, and it's aiming directly at you. And Christ will shine on you. That's what the Word says. Not beside you, not near your feet, not around the edges of your life. On you. That means His light isn't coming to simply decorate your surroundings. No, beloved. His light is coming to transform you, to touch you, to bathe you in the divine brilliance of heaven's favor. See, some people have confused the light of Christ with something passive, like a soft moonbeam that tiptoes through the trees. But the light of Christ is not weak. It is not hesitant. It is not shy. It is bold. It is intentional. It comes with purpose. It comes with power. It comes to claim you. And when that light shines on you, child, it means you've been seen. Oh, to be seen. Not for your mistakes. Not for the burdens you've carried or the failures you try so hard to forget. But seen for the truth of who you are. For the soul that still dares to believe. For the heart that still hopes, even after all it's been through. Some of us have grown used to hiding in the shadows. Used to blending in. Used to playing small so that no one asks too many questions. We put on smiles like armor. We keep busy so we don't have to be honest. But God sees through all that, child. He sees past the performance, past the polished edges, past the wary excuses. He sees the fire still flickering beneath your fear. And when he shines on you, he's not just revealing your beauty, he's revealing your destiny. Because his light isn't just decorative, it's directive. It shows you the way forward. It shows you where to step and where not to. It shows you who you are and who you've outgrown. And sometimes, Lord have mercy, it shows you the truth about people you thought were walking with you, but were only walking near you. When Christ shines on you, things get clear. Now, don't be afraid of that clarity. I know sometimes the light can feel too bright. You see things you'd rather keep in the dark. Old wounds, buried regrets, unanswered prayers. But that's the gift, baby. Because the light doesn't come to shame you. It comes to heal you. You've got to understand. There's something sacred about being chosen by the light. It means God trusts you to carry it. Not just to receive it, but to reflect it. To walk into rooms and shift the atmosphere just by being who you are. You don't have to force it. You don't have to fake it. Just let the light rest on your shoulders and walk tall. Some people won't understand it. They'll ask, who does she think she is? And you can say, I don't think. I know. I am one who has been shined on. Not because I'm better, but because I'm willing. Willing to be seen. Willing to be changed. Willing to be led. When Christ shines on you, you carry heaven's fingerprint. You become the evidence of mercy, the proof of grace. The living testimony that God is still in the business of making beauty out of broken things. So let me speak to the part of you that's been shrinking. The part that says, I don't want to be in the spotlight. Listen, child, this isn't about a spotlight. This is about a soul light. This is not about fame. This is about freedom. And when God shines on you, it is so you can help somebody else see in the dark. You were never meant to keep this light to yourself. It was never about you alone. It was about your assignment, your voice, your story, your journey. Those are the tools God will use to light the way for others. You don't have to be perfect. Just be willing. And yes, sometimes the light will make you uncomfortable. It will call you out of circles you've outgrown. It will pull you from habits that no longer serve your purpose. It will ask you to stand when you'd rather sit still. But every time you obey, every time you surrender, that light gets brighter. That power gets deeper. That peace gets stronger. Don't resist it, baby. Don't run from the very thing that came to reveal your wings, because you were not created to crawl. You were not made to live in shadows. You were born to rise, to shine, to reflect the glory of the one who made you. So the next time you feel that holy warmth on your skin, that unexpected peace in your chaos, that quiet strength in your sorrow, know that it's Him. Christ is shining on you. And when He does, everything begins to change. Your walk changes. Your talk changes. Your vision clears. Your back straightens. You stop begging for what you were born to own. You stop chasing people who were never meant to carry your light. You stop apologizing for being chosen. Because when Christ shines on you, you remember who you are. You are a child of the Most High God. You are royal. You are radiant. You are rising. So walk on, child. Walk with light on your face and truth in your heart. Walk like someone who knows she's been touched by heaven. Walk like someone who's awake. Walk like someone who's ready. Because now that Christ has shined on you, you can't go back to sleep. And you won't go back to hiding. Not now. Not Emin. Come closer now, child. Let me hold your hand in truth and rock your spirit gently with wisdom. I don't want to shout at you. I want to reach the quiet places in your soul, the tender corners you don't show to just anybody, the places that ache when the world is too loud, too cruel, too confusing. I want to talk to that part of you, because I see it, and I know it well. You've been walking with your head down, haven't you? Looking at the ground like there's something holy in the dust, like the weight on your shoulders was always meant to be yours. like disappointment has set up a little room in your chest and made itself at home. But I'm here to tell you something that may rattle your bones and shake the silence loose from your lips. You were not created to stay in darkness. No, beloved. You weren't born for shadows. You weren't molded for misery. You weren't stitched together by the hands of God just to lie down in a bed of sorrow and call it home. No. You were formed in light, formed in purpose, formed in power. And no matter what you've walked through, no matter what chains have tried to claim you, there is still light assigned to your name. You see, darkness is not just about the absence of light. Sometimes darkness is the absence of truth. Sometimes it's the fog of fear, the paralysis of shame, the kind of heavy sadness that keeps your gifts buried, your dreams boxed up, and your voice quiet. It's the kind of darkness that makes you forget who you are and whose you are. But child, let me remind you, the God who made you did not stop at your surface. He carved into your soul. He wrote eternity on your heart. He wrapped glory around your bones. And when he breathed his breath into you, he wasn't just giving you life. He was giving you light. A light that can't be dimmed by doubt. A light that can't be stolen by shame. A light that no darkness, no failure, no betrayal, no heartbreak can ever extinguish. But here's the hard truth: sometimes we choose the dark, not because we love it, but because it feels familiar, because it doesn't demand too much, because it lets us stay hidden. Because light can be a terrifying thing when you've grown used to stumbling in the shadows. When you've grown used to survival, thriving feels like a foreign language. And joy, pure, unabashed joy, feels like a trick, like something borrowed that will be snatched away at any moment. But, my love, the God of light is not cruel. He is not fickle. He does not bless you one day just to curse you the next. When he calls you into the light, he does it with tenderness, with patience, with love. And he stands there waiting, not with punishment, but with promise. Waiting for you to remember that the light doesn't just show you the world, it shows you yourself. And what a beautiful self that is. See, there's something sacred that happens when you step into the light. The illusions fall away. The lies lose their grip. You stop believing the whisper that says, "You're too broken to be loved." You stop clinging to the fear that says, "If they knew the real you, they'd leave." You stop shrinking to fit into rooms you are called to transform. Because the light tells the truth. And the truth, my dear, will not just set you free. It will wake you up. You are not the labels they gave you. You are not the mistakes you made. You are not the sum of your scars. You are a living, breathing declaration of God's grace. A walking miracle. A masterpiece in motion. And every time you choose to step out of the darkness, every time you choose honesty over hiding, courage over comfort, faith over fear, you become more of who you truly are. And let me tell you something else. Light isn't loud, but it moves things. It doesn't shout, but it shifts the atmosphere. When a woman steps fully into her light, the very air around her changes. People stand taller, hearts open, chains break. Why? Because the light you carry is not just for you. It's a torch passed down through generations. It's fire caught from the prayers of your grandmothers. It's the echo of every yes you've ever said to God, even when you were trembling. But don't you think for a second that light means perfection. No, child. Light doesn't erase your wounds. It reveals how God has used them. Light doesn't mean you have it all figured out. It means you trust him even when you don't. It means you've chosen to live in the truth of who you are, rather than the fear of who you're not. It means you've said, "Yes, Lord," even with my limp, even with my flaws, even with this tender heart that still bruises easily. Shine on me. Use me. Wake me up. Now hear me, and hear me good. There will be moments when the shadows call your name again. When the old comfort of darkness starts whispering, "Come back." It's safer here. It's quieter. But don't go back, baby. Don't go back to the place God called you out of. Don't go back to the version of yourself that was only surviving. You're walking in the light now. And even when the road is rough, even when the path is narrow, you are not walking alone. The same God who called you into the light walks with you in it. And his light isn't just around you. It's in you. So lift your head. Straighten your spine. Let your heart beat loud and proud. Because you are a woman of the light. And darkness has no claim on you anymore. You've been asleep long enough. You've been doubting long enough. You've been dimming your light to fit in, to please others, to avoid pain long enough. It's time to rise. It's time to walk in truth. It's time to shine, not for attention, not for applause, but because that's what you were born to do. And the world is waiting, not for a perfect version of you, but for the real you, the free you, the lit you, the woman who knows that she was never meant to stay in the darkness. So go ahead, daughter of the Most High, shine. And don't you ever let anyone convince you that your light is too much, because your light is a gift. Your light is a calling. And, my God, your light is holy. Child, let me settle myself right here and talk to you like a mother talks to her baby after the storm has passed. You see, the rain may have soaked your spirit, but the ground it touched is now soft, ready to receive the seeds of truth. So lean in. There's something I must tell you. Something your soul may have known once but forgotten in the noise of life. There is a divine urgency in you now. A stirring, a trembling, a quickening in your spirit like the breath of God himself saying, "Wake up, my daughter, the night is over. The dawn has come. You feel it, don't you?" That holy pull, that tug on your heart that won't let you sit still anymore. That whisper that keeps rising in your chest even when your mind tries to hush it. It is not imagination, my love. It is not coincidence. It is the voice of the Lord himself calling you into your next. It is time to rise. You've laid in the ashes long enough. You've mourned what you've lost. You've replayed the pain, recited the betrayal, recounted the wounds. Yes, I know it hurt. I know it knocked the wind out of you. I know you didn't see it coming, and when it came, you thought it would break you in half. But baby, you're still here. And still here means still called. Let me tell you something sacred when God says rise. He's not asking if you feel ready. He's declaring that you already are. See, he doesn't consult your feelings before he speaks purpose into you. He speaks it because he knows what he placed inside you. And when the time comes for that purpose to breathe, to walk, to roar, he will call it out of you whether you feel strong or not. He is not waiting on your perfection, child. He's waiting on your yes. Oh, how many times have you waited for the perfect moment, for everything to line up neatly, for the fear to leave? But the light of Christ does not wait for fear to flee. No, the light commands fear to go. And it does it by moving you forward even while your knees still shake. So, rise even if your hands tremble. Rise even if your heart whispers, "But I'm not enough." Because it's not about your enoughness. It's about His. His grace is sufficient. His plan is sovereign. His timing is now. Let me paint this picture for you, baby. You've been like a seed buried in the soil, covered by darkness, pressed down by time. But all this while, something sacred was happening beneath the surface. You were becoming. Roots were taking hold. Strength was being formed. And now the voice of God has broken through the dirt saying, "Push up, break through, reach the light." And it may feel like pressure, but it's actually permission. You don't have to stay beneath anymore. You don't have to stay hidden. Rise. Rise from the shame. Rise from the silence. Rise from the version of you that settled for less. Do not shrink to make others comfortable. Do not silence your wisdom to appease their ignorance. Do not trade your crown for their crumbs. You are royalty. You are light born. You are heaven ordained. And the moment you choose to walk in that, the world will shift beneath your feet. Yes, there will be opposition. The enemy doesn't attack what isn't threatening. And your rising is a threat to every chain that thought it had you. But baby, let them talk. Let them doubt. Let them whisper. While they speculate, you soar. Because rising doesn't mean shouting from the rooftops. Sometimes it's just getting up one more time after life knocked you down. Sometimes it's choosing to believe God even when your heart is still bruised. Sometimes it's walking away from what you thought you needed to make space for what God knows you need. Let me tell you something that might sting a little before it heals. See, some doors closed not to punish you, but to protect you. Some people left not because you were unworthy, but because they couldn't carry the next version of you. You can't take everyone to the mountaintop. Some folks are only built for the valley. Bless them and keep climbing. God is calling you to higher ground. He is not calling you to perform. He is calling you to become. There is a difference, child. This rising isn't about being seen. It's about being whole. It's about walking in the fullness of your calling with no apology and no fear. So rise in your words, speak with boldness. Rise in your walk, move with authority. Rise in your faith. Trust that God, who brought you this far, is not about to let you fall now. And if you ever forget what it means to rise, look back at how far you've already come. Look at the nights you survived. Look at the wounds that healed. Look at the prayers you whispered through tears. Look at how, even when you didn't feel it, God was there, sustaining, surrounding, strengthening you. You've been carried. Now it's time to walk. You've been protected. Now it's time to proclaim. You've been prepared. Now it's time to possess. You are not who you used to be, child. You are not the girl who doubted every step. You are not the woman who said ice with her mouth but no in her heart. You are different now. The wilderness shaped you. The fire refined you. The waiting taught you. And now by the light of Christ you rise. And oh, when you rise, you give others permission to rise too. That's the beauty of it. Your light doesn't blind. It beckons. It says, if I can come through this, so can you. That's ministry, baby. That's purpose. That's power. So, I won't end this with a whisper. I'll end it with a charge. You've been called, been chosen. You've been equipped. Now rise like the morning sun. Rise like a song too strong to be silenced. Rise like a daughter who remembers who her father is, and never, ever apologize for it. Come sit with me for a while, beloved. Let the world hush its noise. Let the phones be still, and the demands of the day wait on the porch while we talk about something sacred. Something your spirit already knows, but your mind keeps forgetting. You see, there is a power, deep and holy, that moves when you not only hear the word of God, but when you live it, breathe it, embody it. It is one thing to know the scripture. It is another to let it become you. Too many walk around quoting verses like rain bouncing off a rooftop, never soaking in, never reaching the root. They can speak the Psalms like poetry, recite Paul's letters with rhythm, wear a cross around their neck. But child, the word hasn't yet cracked open their hearts. But you, yes, you are being called to something deeper. A living relationship with the word, an embodiment of truth so rooted that when you move, the word moves with you. You don't just need the Bible on your lips. You need it in your life. Let it show in how you love. Let it show in how you speak peace when the storm is loud. Let it show in how you forgive what tried to destroy you. Let it show in how you walk away from what doesn't honor God, even when it hurts. That's the word made flesh. Not just in Jesus, but in you, his follower, his vessel. Oh, the word is alive. It is not a dusty book on a shelf waiting to be admired. It is breath. It is fire. It is sword and shelter. It is both lullaby and battle cry. And when it is alive in you, it changes the atmosphere around you. You don't have to announce that you're walking in the Word. The fruit will speak. The light will testify. The peace in your spirit, the kindness in your voice, the wisdom in your silence. Those things will speak louder than any verse recited without conviction. And make no mistaking, the enemy isn't afraid of Bible quotes. He's afraid of Bible carriers, not just the book in your hand, but the truth in your soul. He's afraid of women who live the Word, not just memorize it. Let me take your hand, daughter. I want you to feel what I feel as I say this. When you live the Word, you become a walking, breathing tabernacle. The presence of God goes with you. His truth becomes your compass. And the beautiful thing, you won't always need to explain yourself. The Word will go before you. It will fight for you. It will protect you from traps set by tongues and intentions you never saw coming. But to live the Word, you must first submit to it. That's the part we don't always like to talk about. Submission, surrender, yielding. But the Word does not come alive in the soil of pride. It needs humility. It needs a heart that says, Lord, not my will, but yours. It needs a soul that is willing to be corrected, pruned, stretched, and grown. You can't hold on to bitterness and hold the Word in your heart at the same time. You can't walk in the Spirit and cling to fear like it's your companion. The Word will challenge you. It will confront you. It will call you to higher places. And yes, it will cost you comfort. But what it gives in return, child, is freedom, wholeness, clarity, joy that the world cannot steal. I know sometimes it feels easier to live by your feelings. Lord knows our feelings are loud enough to make us think they're truth. But the Word of God is louder when you let it be. When you open your mouth to speak life, even when death seems closer. When you bless even those who curse you. When you praise even with tears in your eyes. That's the Word alive. That's heaven breaking through your everyday walk. You don't need a pulpit to preach, child. You don't need a platform or a title. Your life is the sermon. Your choices are the message. The way you respond in traffic, in heart-touch, in the quiet of your home. That's where the Word shines brightest. So don't think for 1 minute that your small obedience goes unnoticed. Heaven rejoices over every choice you make to align with the Word. Every time you choose mercy over revenge. Every time you bless someone who brought you pain. Every time you believe God's promise over the enemy's lie. You are living the Word, and the heavens take note. I want to tell you a little secret. One passed down from the old mothers of the church who didn't have degrees, but had divine wisdom flowing from their tongues like honey. They used to say, baby, keep the Word in your feet, not just your mouth. Let it guide where you go. Let it keep you from where you shouldn't be. Let it lift your steps when you feel too tired to move. And they were right. The Word is not just light for your eyes. It's strength for your spine. It will keep you when nothing else can. And when you walk in it, truly walk in it, your life becomes a living testimony. A witness to the power of God to take a broken vessel and make it a holy instrument. So I ask you today, not with judgment, but with love, is the Word in you, or just around you? Is it a song you like to hear, or a seed you've let take root? Because when it takes root, oh my Lord, you become unshakable. You may